Hey guys, my name is Bryce. Today I got a bit of extra footage for you guys of some stuff I haven't uploaded, which was the Savage Strike sneak peek that I went to. This over in Aarhus, and I'm not sure why it took so long to get around to this. I'm sort of trying to catch up with a bunch of old pack openings as well as some deck profiles here and there. In any case, though, first pack, first secret rare, here we go. I thought I'd just do a bit of commentary over the background of this, and you guys get to see as well what, from some of the first experience are of Savage Strike. And I have to say, if you're curious to know, I do have some critical opinions. If you're not a fan of that, just tune out and listen to the music, or you can just mute this and have something else on, but I would suggest at least hearing about a few of the responses. By the way, I'm super stoked about Danger Ogopogo being in this, because that is a mythical creature. Well, you could say one of the danger creatures anyway, that's themed from a creature that's from my home province. So there's that. A cryptid is the word I was looking for. Anyway, with this set, there's a lot of interesting comments in this, like Neospace Connector, and the Time Thieves were quite well received. Although the value on this for the secret rares and everything, from the competitive standpoint, from what I heard, was not too hyped aside from the Pot of Extravagance, understandably. But I don't know, I was a fan of it, especially for, aside from one thing I'll get into, there was a decent amount of support for things. Happy with that Cyber's Quantum Dragon. Anyway, my only gripe with this was just the fact that there was a lot of very strange support thrown in here, and I know Konami's still trying to do that here and there with, like, the random effect monster that's Performapal support, which I don't think really helps too much. Let's see, what else is there? The Guard Dragons were cool. What else? The next and stuff. The support for Neospatians is interesting. I don't know. Fortunately, there's not too many cases, but it's like when they throw in random fusions for DDDs, that it's just not necessary. Anyway, moving on to the next stuff, we've got some packs that I had way back when I was visiting in Canada for Christmas over the holidays. It was nice to be home, and I found these packs that is, I think, one of the few bits of copy I've seen where these are packs that are compiled together that actually have French and English text on them because it was redistributed. So we'll see if my cards are all weighed for foils and things like that, but hopefully it's not the case. But yeah, you can see the double copy there. Anyway, yeah, I've got Code of the Duelist, Fusion Enforcers, and we'll see what the other one is from what I can remember inside. I just remember at the time I had got a bunch of Mech Knights, and I was also going to splash in some of the Invoked stuff, so I was hoping to find that. Was it Maximum Crisis? Yeah. So yeah, with these, I was basically looking for stuff in Fusion Enforcers, and anything on top of that would just be great to have. Yeah, Maximum Crisis, I can't even remember what I was looking for in that, but it seemed like a nice triple threat within this, and it was slightly more reasonable for the prices versus anything else. I do find it's kind of funny to look at, Fusion Enforcers had a bunch of great stuff going for it, whereas the latest sort of mini release, which was the Infinity Chasers, not a whole lot going on. Oh, it's Mrs. Radiant. This is one of my favorite sort of early Link monsters. I could do some stuff. And hey, there's a solid rare here, back to the front. Never seen this reptile before. Yeah, there's a bunch of pack-filling cyber stuff, which I think really, was badly received, and rightly so, when Links first came out, because we're like, okay, do we need to go through this again? Of even thinking back to like the early Psychics, for example, were not that appealing when they were first out, and you don't want to have stuff flooded in that's overpowered, but yeah, there's a lot of underwhelming stuff. Boogie Rematch is not bad, and rest in peace for the Vendreads. That's too bad. They have the coolest artwork, but just could not deliver on performance, it seemed. Alright, so for the next pack here, we have something True Dracos. Yes. Yeah, man, that deck never dies. Very... we've got Dynamist. Yeah, Dynamists are a cool deck. think they're going to be interesting with some of the pendulum stuff. Speaking of pendulums, that continuous trap isn't very useful. Waterfall of Dragon Souls. Haven't seen this one before. Kind of curious to see if it has some usage with worms, etc. Not sure. It's very nice artwork though. Ghost Beef is hilarious. Some Predaplants, Primal Clay, and an artifact that is good in an artifact deck from what I've heard, although I've yet to really try to make that full deck. I'm just going to go with Lancia and give the rest a pass for all the other decks I'm trying to make work out. Familiar Possessed, that's going to be great when we finally get the link for that, but until then it's a bit too bad, it's so slow to release. Here's another Perform of Hell backup we don't need. We've got another True Draco card. Yeah, maybe I'll be able to trade this out with somebody. Got some Sub-Terror stuff, nice. It's so funny to see that common boss monster, I guess. If they're technically that. Anyway, it's nice that they got some Sub-Terror Guru support. So now we're into the Fusion Enforcers. Let's see if we've got anything super duper special. It's got a reprint not that long ago with Hidden Summoners. And this is useful, the Book of the Law. I'm not sure if I'll be able to use this in my deck with Mech Knight Invoke, but it's a useful tool anyway if I can draw into it. Maybe having said that, I've just answered my own question. Okay, so for the last pack we've got Predaplants, Brazil Prison, not going to be useful. Fusion Conscription, not so bad. We got our last secret rare is this Greedy Venom Starving Fusion Dragon. The requirements for this are a bit unusual. I would have loved to have Earth Hex Sealed, or the Dark Hex Sealed monster to fulfill that with a reprint that's not common or something like that, because I'm kind of low-key making a Layer of Darkness deck that's foiled out. We'll see if that ever has, sees the light of day, because I really want to have the Dinosaur or Prankratops in a foil rarity for that too. And Metaverse. There's a few things that need to come from that first. In any case, to wrap this stuff up, I'm just laying out all the foil cards that I got. Not some bad pulls, but definitely things I'll trade out a lot of. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching through the compilation, and I'll see you next time.